The Whitecourt Central School gym was full on Remembrance Day, the seats occupied by veterans, families, those who are too young to remember, and those who have been remembering their whole life. The Whitecourt Community Choir added their haunting melody to the somber event that brought together an entire community to remember those who have fought for our freedom. All eyes were on the cross that stood in the center of the ceremony, at first bare, then one by one members of the community, families, and politicians laid wreaths at the base. Following the ceremony, a parade went down 52nd, up to 53rd, past the cenotaph, for those who are remembered all year round, and back to the Legion. There are families engaged in conversation with veterans old and young, one of the youngest being 29-year-old Kyle Scott, who said this is something he always wanted to do.
I'm the fourth generation of my family to serve in Canada, so I didn't have any plans of going to university or anything. The Army was kind of it, but peacekeeping was kind of the forefront of things when I joined, so obviously 9/11 happened, and before we knew it, we found ourselves training to go to war again. So I did 2 tours in Afghanistan. First tour was in 2004. Came home February 2005. I was home for about a year and then went back in February 2006 for another tour, this time in Kandahar. There was a lot going on in Kandahar. We were the first ones to push outside of Kandahar, really. Some of the areas we went into, Panjwai, Pashmo, out into Helmand province, it really was kind of the Wild West, so there was not much for law enforcement or anything. It was a lot of stuff going on, and lost a lot of guys, but there are a lot of countries that were worse off than we were. We were very well trained. We have good equipment now compared to my first tour. Things were a little different, but as the experience goes, I changed as a person. Obviously, you don't see the things you see and do the things you do over there and come back the same person. I don't know how you can really, but seeing friends get hurt and killed in some cases, it changes you. And it's something you live with forever. There isn't a day that you don't think about it, really. You realize that you were lucky enough to come home, so you live on in their memory and try to make sure that no one else forgets. So that's where we are now.
Set against the falling snow, the beautiful ceremony and procession reminds us never to forget. For RIG News, I'm Kathlene Campbell-Conlon.